everyone, this is Jianhua, CGTN's reporter, and now I'm broadcasting live at the University of Macau as the city is celebrating the 20th anniversary of its return to China. And as a reminder, this is part of the Campus program that we have been doing over the past year. In the meantime, my colleague Li Jingjing is on the other route to give you a well-rounded picture of this university, as this actually is one of the biggest one in Macau right now. Of course, today we'll visit different places to give you a picture of the fusion of Chinese and Portuguese and also Western cultures that is all integrated in this university. And also I'm joined by my guide Zijie. Zijie, welcome to the program. How are you? Would you like to say hi to our viewers around the world?
Thank you for having me here. Hi, I'm Liu Yan. I major in Tourism Hospitality Management in Faculty of Business Administration, University of Macau.
Okay, so it's always lovely to start our show with some Chinese flares. So in the background, you can see this is the Chinese folk art and music club, right?
Exactly.
So do we have a lot of clubs like this in your university?
Exactly, as what you said. So our culture is like very multicultural background, and we do have a lot of like Western and Chinese fusion culture. Besides, as you can see, what's going on here is our Chinese orchestra as well as our Chinese martial clubs. Besides this, we also have like Chinese language, literatures, clubs. A lot of things like that, which makes our university a very unique culture.
As far as we know, that this university is very heavily influenced by some Western cultures, but we always find something that is very authentic and Chinese about this university, right? And then where do we go today? Because you are my guide, and then so where do we go? What do we have to show to our viewers around the world?
So for today's trip, we are going to show you more about student lives in residential colleges and also our labs, the new technologies we have in our universities.
Okay, so I'm very much curious about the residential colleges here. But before I came here, I did some research myself. I know that the residential college system is very unique and special here. So what is it about? Just in case that some viewers don't know.
So residential college is actually like a dorm, like student hall, where students spend our lives besides the academic side, and then we do have like a very connected community within our residential college. Okay. And so far, University of Macau has the largest residential college system in Asia.
Okay, so the largest in Asia. Still, the residential college, I think it very much reminds me of Harry Potter. You have Gryffindor.
Yes.
Slytherin, right? They have 4. How many do we have here?
So in total, we have 10.
Okay.
Besides this, I'm going to introduce more about our university history. So our university is actually founded in 1981. It's almost 38 years.
Okay. And I know that from the camera, you can see that is the, I think that is the library of this university, right? Yeah. It is the Wu Yi Shan University Library.
Exactly, yes. That's our... well, that's where I usually prepare my final exams. That's the most places I go for my research projects. I work on a lot of my own field in that area, and that's my best part, and I think that's the most beautiful part in our campus.
Okay, that's lovely. So it's always lovely to start our program with something Chinese and also something fancy. Yeah, like this library.
And then do you know that actually our school was originally founded in 1981, and it was private school. Yeah. It was called University of East Asia. Yeah. And then after that in 1991, and Macau government wanted to develop the higher education in Macau. So that's the reason why they bought it back and make it a public school. And then then from that time, and then University of Macau called University of Macau, and then and that's the only University of Macau is actually the only one public comprehensive university in Macau.
Okay, so it's lovely to have a history lesson. So anyways, my colleague Li Jingjing is on the other route, as I told you just now, and she will show us something quite different. So Jingjing, take it over and tell us what you have over there. Now take it over.
Hi there! Thanks for continuing watching our campus crawl at the University of Macau. Now I'm standing at the State Key Laboratory of Quality Research in Chinese Medicine. Standing right next to me is Professor Wang Chunming. He is the associate professor in this lab. But before we start the tour in this lab, I want to ask, can you believe that human skins can be repaired with tree barks? I know that probably sounds impossible, even a little bit crazy probably, but that is not a fiction. That is the actual experiment conducted by the students and professors here in this lab. And Mr. Wang is going to tell us more about this magic. So Mr. Wang, first, can you tell us more about the kind of research you're doing in this lab?
Sure, my pleasure. And you know that each year millions of people suffer from chronic wounds and different types of injuries and even organ failures. And one of our research focuses on how to, develop future therapeutic tools to heal our body, regenerate our tissue, and even replace the organ with the molecules from the nature inspiration, in particular those from Chinese medicine.
Really? But how did you find out that tree barks can help human skins to regenerate? How does that happen?
Well, that's a good question. And to be honest, we didn't observe or didn't discover that over the night. But when we say we use tree barks to repair the human skin, we say that both metaphorically and literally. And we have true inspirations. May I invite you to see some of our true inspirations?
Sure, definitely.
This way, please. If we look at these two beautiful herbs, and especially this one, and this one is called duzhong or euphormia, and it's one of the traditional herbs used in Chinese medicine.
Duzhong, yes, I've heard that.
You've heard of that? That's great.
Quite famous herb in Chinese medicine.
Wow.
With a lot of herb tea, herb soup. Yeah, that's quite famous.
You know that much better than I do. So here, and if we stress this,
we can show it to the camera
right.
closely.
If we stress this, and herb, we stretch it, and we could see the fibers.
Yes,
and these fibers were actually the very first inspiration to our discovery. But interestingly, from this herb, we understood that maybe we could use biological matrices, and because here we have the tree barks, the plants have the same or similar structure and biomatrices as the human tissue, and we probably could use both the physical structure and, more importantly, biological activity to heal our body. But I said interestingly, and maybe a little bit ironically, that eventually after a few years of hard exploration, we found that the very beautiful, effective molecule was not this fiber, but was something from this herb, also the polysaccharide.
Really? Can I take this?
Sure,
because
sure.
I want to show it more closer to the camera.
Sure.
I'm not sure whether their audience can see this fiber between these two pieces of wood. This is a quite famous Chinese medicine herb, duzhong, but it's also a tree bark from the tree. I think it's called hardy rubber tree.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So I know in Chinese medicine it helps to cure like kidney, immune systems. But how do you get this fiber can help skins to grow? I'm so amazed.
Okay, it seems that you know really well about Chinese medicine. So I want to again probably surprise you that can you believe that this is the herb what we see and there are very important molecules in this herb. But can you link this one to this one?
We got another sample.
This is actually the same thing. Can you believe that?
Same thing?
Same thing. So through a few years of hard investigations, we have discovered and characterized one molecule, one magic molecule from this herb with beautiful bioactivities that could stimulate cell growth. And we get these molecules and we use modern technologies to weave into this patch. You can call it a patch or pad or scaffold, but this is something with a beautiful, microstructure and the amazing bioactivity to be directly used on wounds.
If dear audience, I don't know whether you can see this. If you can see it closely enough, actually this pad is well knitted, kind of like sweater, well knitted. You got all this. I don't know. I'm just so amazed. How can you transform all those fibers between the woods into this pad?
To be honest, I was a little bit amazed that you have discovered this, what we call patterns, and I believe you will be a very good engineer. And to practice your engineering capabilities, I'd like to show you how we get the molecules and weave into this one. Would you like to have some real try
I can try?
Yes, please, here. And
Over here.
here,
This machine?
we have a machine, and this is one of the newest technologies called 3D printing.
Oh,
Actually,
so this is a 3D printer.
3D printer,
Oh.
and in many other fields, and including medicine, it has been used for a couple of years. But here, we are among the pioneers to weave the molecules from traditional Chinese medicine, the active molecules, into scaffolds in this one. This is actually no different from what you use in your office. In your office, you have the printers.
No difference?
Well,
How is
we
that
couldn't say
possible?
that. I will show you. And
Okay.
you have different channels, and you can print inks, and you have different inks. But
Yeah.
what are the inks here? May I invite you to just one click this beautiful start?
This button.
Yes, please.
I can operate this machine.
You can do that.
You sure?
Yeah, it won't explode.
Okay,
Yes.
sure. Okay, I'm gonna press start. So I hope I won't damage this machine. Ooh, okay.
can see
Do you
that,
see
eh?
this
Yes.
tube? This
Yes.
needle
Yes.
going down? Okay, what is it gonna do?
Well, you'll see, because a few minutes ago we have input a program in that, so this will give the design of this beautiful texture and this pattern, and because of your commanding, this will go to print the things we see exactly here and
Wow.
containing different channels. You see 3 channels here, can you?
Yeah.
For example,
Yes,
we could
wait a
customize
second,
that.
Professor Wong,
Yes.
because I think this is so interesting from my angle. I want to
Okay.
invite one of our cameramen to come over here
Yes,
to get
please.
a close-up,
Okay.
because I want audience to see this as well. So maybe this cameraman can move here.
Yeah, please.
We can get a close-up.
You can imagine how it
Because
works.
You have to see this liquid coming from this needle
Right.
is actually kneading the pad that we just saw, we just show you.
But something the audience will pay attention to is that inside of this, what you call the liquid, contains the active compounds from the Chinese medicine.
Oh.
So it is our way of innovation of Chinese medicine. And we try to get the essence from the herbs and using the modern technology to make it as a future therapeutic tools.
So what kind of material did you put into those 3 different tubes?
Well, for that you can customize. Customize means for different types of injuries and for different types of applications. You can have, for example, channel 1, we have one type of molecule, such as the polysaccharide from the herb. The channel 2, we can put some other sticking materials or supporting materials. For channel 3, we can put some growth factors or bioactive compounds or even living cells. Can you imagine future someone just got his or her own cells printed together and sent it back to the tissue?
Wow, so because it's knitting, I'm wondering whether it can knit different designs.
Exactly. We actually can knit them into different types of patterns, sizes, and with a very fine control. In terms of resolution, we can reach it to micrometer scale. Can you imagine? Micrometer scale we can control. And we don't have many samples for demonstration, but I would invite you to see some of our recent application. For example, this shows how we love our university. I
This is
love
one of
UM.
the pen.
And can you imagine inside the I love UM, we contain different types of Chinese medicine, polysaccharides or other molecules inside that. And I want to assure you that this was not timely prepared for you. This actually we had prepared for quite a few weeks. It's very stable.
Wow.
Yeah, you can imagine that when you, in future, one day put onto the human skin, the real patient, it could stay there and to exert their full functions.
Yeah, I'm so amazed. Can you see that? This is the pad we just saw. Actually, when you have a wound, and you can have your pad on your wound customized.
Yes.
So this is I love University of Macau, and you can customize to express your love for anyone in the world.
Right.
And so when even you have a wound, you still have a cool tattoo on your body. So that is amazing. When you get hurt, it's not that bad anymore.
You can even save that for the Valentine's Day,
That's very cool. So I have a question for you, actually, Professor Wong, because I think over all these years, there were so many controversies about traditional Chinese medicine, because it's kind of from experiences
Right.
based on human trials. People cannot explain why this traditional Chinese medicine works and what kind of amount you should take when you are sick. So you come from a scientific background. How do you see these clashes between Western medicine and traditional Chinese medicine?
Oh, well, thank you for this massive question. I think my humble opinions, and I can summarize it into 2 aspects. And The first one is that I wouldn't call it a clash, and I suggest that we shouldn't consider Western medicine or so-called modern medicine and traditional medicine as enemies. They aren't rivals. They have never been, and they will never be. So, in the past few centuries, and traditional medicine, at the different corner of the world, have contributed so much to the health of human beings, and in future it still has much to do. What we should stick to is science. We should consider evidence. That is very important. And also the second thing is that under the false banner of traditional medicine, people doing wrong things maybe unfortunately, but I believe still under the banner of so-called modern medicine or the science, people are still doing, some people doing bad things, wrong things. So in future, what we should do is that we integrate the essence, the knowledge, the technology of both types of medicine, and we look at the facts. We look into the scientific evidence and to create, a better science, better medicine for the healthier life. This is my opinion.
So can I explain that you guys are trying to investigate and research into traditional Chinese medicine and analyze it, provided with scientific proof why this medicine works, why it works, because before it's based on human trials. Now you're actually going to provide proofs why it works.
Exactly.
And maybe one day we can see people from around the world can use the best from both Western medicine and traditional Chinese medicine and put them together.
Exactly. I think what we call either Western or Eastern, either traditional or modern, this is a different way of understanding the world. What we should do is that based on scientific evidence, based on scientific approaches, understand the world, improve the world. This is the world we live in. So this is the goal of medicine in the past and in the future.
And have you guys done any other experiment? Because I noticed you designed some capsules that contains liquid and solid materials as well, because that's the first kind of capsules I've saw in my life, a capsule that contains liquid in it. I'm surprised.
Right. You've got, a lot of our secrets. So I'm going to show you some real samples.
Okay. We're going to have a quick look because we probably have only very limited time.
Right.
But
this is in our lab over the past week. May I present this as a gift to you, but don't swallow, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
And this is a capsule. You could see that we have both solid and liquid inside. In this way, we could integrate, 1, 2, or more types of herbal medicine, the different fractions into this beautiful capsule. Wow. In the past, when we take different types of Chinese medicine, we have to cook a pot of soup. And now we only need to take one capsule representing that pot of soup.
How smart. So in the old times, people who use traditional Chinese medicine to cure themselves, they have to boil this whole herbal tea and drink this bitter bowl of water for a month. Now, all the essence, all the good ingredients in one soup of traditional herbal tea now is in one capsule. That's the technology. Thank you so much, Professor.
Thank you, my pleasure. Have a nice day. Okay.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
So I really looking forward to see that one day all humankind can use the best from Western medicine and traditional Chinese medicine together to make our life even better. But I've learned so much about science today in this lab. What about you? If you have any questions, please leave your comments on CGTN's social networks. This live stream is live on CGTN's YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Weibo. If you're lucky enough, you might be chosen and earn a special gift from CGTN. So don't go away. My colleague Jianhua will take you to another department of this University of Macau. Don't go away.
Yes, Jingjing, thank you very much. And I've been watching you just now, actually, and from tree bark to human skin, that is amazing, fantastic, and really envy you that you can visit one of the most high-end laboratories here in this university. And now I've come to another place, as I have promised you just now, one of the college resident, what do we call it again, Zijie?
So we call it residential college. So this is Chengying Residential College. It's actually one of the biggest college we have.
The Chengying Residential College here in the University of Macau, one of the biggest one. And what we have here?
So I'm going to show you our newest and high AI translation technology we have here.
Okay, that's lovely. And then, so we're going to have translation, AI and translation. When they are put together, they're definitely going to be some new chemistry. So here we are, and then so we have. Oh, thank you very much.
This is our Professor Derek Huang, and from Computer Science Department.
Okay. Thank you so much for accepting the interview. And what do we have here? So it is AI and translation, right?
Yes.
So how do you combine AI and translation?
Yes, in our university, we have a research focused on the Portuguese and Chinese natural language processing and machine translations. So we try to use AI technology to automatically deal with the natural language and facilitate translation from this language, Portuguese to Chinese and Chinese to Portuguese. Okay. And as you know, we are the first to develop the Chinese and Portuguese electronic dictionary, and it's encrypted with the pronunciation with Portuguese and with Cantonese and Mandarins. And also, we are the first to develop the machine-aided translation system for Portuguese and Chinese.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we are the first one that have come up with the idea of making electronic dictionary between Portuguese and Chinese, and we are moving it to the next level, raising the bar all the time. And now we have, so if we turn the camera to the display, and today we have the AI translation between Portuguese and English and Chinese.
Yeah, exactly. On the past 20 years, we have developed research on develop some systems. We have a Chinese and Portuguese and English translations from the very beginning, the dictionary, and then to the sentence, and right now to the speech base. So today I'm going to show you the speech translation, what we call a simultaneous translation. Now maybe I can introduce the doctor.
Sure.
Yes, Dr. Julius.
Hi, Professor.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Professor Julio. Yes. Okay, so you're gonna help us demonstrate how it works here, right?
Sure.
Okay, and you speak Portuguese, your native language.
Yes.
Let's say that, okay, you speak Cantonese, not Cantonese, Portuguese, and then you're gonna be, it will be translating to English, right? So I speak English and you speak Portuguese. Let's say if we can talk to each other.
Okay, let's try. So let me give you just to turn on the mobile, sorry. Okay, the microphone is on. So, caros amigos da China, bom dia. Aproveito a ocasião para explicar a vocês como a Universidade de Macau tem desenvolvido tecnologias de ensino e de tradução para estreitar os laços entre a China e os países de língua portuguesa.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much. I think you were saying, like, you are extending your warm welcome to us, right? And welcome to Macau, or something like that. I can totally understand what we're saying this now. So it's gonna make a very big difference, actually. If this software is used worldwide, then are you planning to promote it?
Yes, exactly. Right now, our government talking about a smart city. And in our university, we are promoting about a smart campus. So using this one, we want to develop something we call the communication without language barriers. So that means you can imagine a class. So Julia will try to speak in Portuguese, and we can set some subtitle to be translated in Chinese or in English for some students just to communicate in case they cannot understand the Portuguese fluently. So this is what we want to create is we talk about communication without barrier. In Macau and in our university.
Okay, that is lovely. So let's say if we have students from different parts of the world, and some of them probably don't speak Cantonese or Chinese, or they don't speak English, and then, so even with totally different cultural backgrounds, they can talk to each other with that software.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, this is what we want to help. We are working to this direction just to alleviate this kind of barriers.
I'm curious when you're going to have this software promoted, everywhere in the world.
Yeah, basically we already have 20 years, accumulated experience in doing research in these areas. And right now we have a startup companies and try to promote these technologies. So more or less we already have some system being developed. And this one you're seeing is a simultaneous translation. Besides that, we have online translation, and we have another what we call is a machine-aided translation platform supporting Chinese, English, and Portuguese translation for the professional translators.
Okay.
Yes.
So it seems like many people probably would lose their jobs, and is that one of the challenges actually?
Yeah, exactly. So this, Portuguese and Chinese, this is quite different. From the synthetic point of view. So this is one thing that we have to solve the gap between to do the translation. So right now there are some online translation system, but we adopt different approach. because they will go through English as a bridging language to do the translation between Chinese and Portuguese. But for us, we directly do the translation from Chinese to Portuguese. So our idea is try to improve the quality and minimize some translation errors. So this is a different approach that we adopt in here.
Okay, thank you so much, Professor Fai Wan and Professor Julio. Thank you so much, and I really love this software. Okay, so for those who just tuned in, this is CGTN, and we're broadcasting live at the University of Macau. And if you have any questions, please leave your comments on CGTN app, on Weibo, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And now we are moving out of this place. Yeah, before I just go, and I saw that is a picture of the President Xi Jinping came over to Chengyu Residential College in 2014. Okay, so what we have next? Where is my guide? Oh, Professor Lee, thank you.
Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you so much. Welcome to our program. Okay, so Chengyu Residential College, what we have here besides this translation platform?
First of all, the residential college system of the University of Macau is aimed to help students to develop 5 areas of competency, namely healthy living, interpersonal relation and teamwork, cultural engagement, leadership and service, and also the citizenship with global perspective. All first-year students are required to live in residential college for 1 year, and they have to fulfill all requirements before they are graduate.
Okay.
And for our college, we launched an innovative and entrepreneurship program, and we formed several interest groups. Our students formed several interest groups, and we established several makerspace. One of them is the sewing room.
Okay. The sewing room here.
Yeah. We invite trainer, teacher to teach them sewing skill and so forth. They make some products and then they can sell it during the charity sale.
Okay. So I know that the residential college is very much like, most people probably don't know that. I just learned about that at the very beginning of this program. Residential college is something like, it reminds me of Harry Potter, as I said earlier.
Exactly.
Like a Slytherin and the Gryffindor and 4 of them, but we have 10, over 10. And this is the largest.
This, not only the largest, we are so proud that we are the only one visited by President Xi Jinping during his visit in the year 2014. Here is our courtyard. We have a concert every month performed by our own student.
Your own students?
Yeah.
Okay.
We are kind of like a living and learning program here, community here. We try to establish, create the sense of belonging for all of our students and treat this as a family and stuff.
Okay, so how many students do we have here in this residential college?
We have 500 students
Okay.
in every academic year.
Okay, so then I'm wondering, how do you select the students for this residential college? Like in Harry Potter, they have this sorting hat, and then what do we have here?
We also have our own high hat during our convocation, only during our convocations. The color of our college is purple, so they wear the purple gown during the convocations. Our students are assigned randomly to all among 10 colleges. But beginning next year, students are able to choose whatever college that they want, but only limited to 10% of the new coming students.
Okay. So this is the largest one, also one of the most popular ones, I guess. And then how do students definitely would go for this college, this residential college to be exact, right? And then how do you select them? Like based on their academic performance or their probably extracurricular activity, or what standards do we have?
Starting from next year, right, we have the chance to select our own students. We'll base the criteria that we start is based on their talent. Maybe they have some talent, musical talent, or other talent, or even in sports.
Okay. And here we have come to this wall. Okay, and then with President Xi Jinping came over here back in 2014.
Yes.
And also some of the extracurricular activities that you have organized in this residential college. And do you know President Xi Jinping will come over to this university? Do you know? We don't know.
We hope so. Yeah. During his visit 5 years ago, he encouraged our students to study hard, of course, and to have confidence in our nationality and proud of our culture. And furthermore, he actually encouraged our students to take a more active role in enhancing the implementations of one country, two system policy. As mentioned by our rectors, Professor Song Yonghua earlier, University of Macau have this impressive achievement. We cannot have this impressive achievement without having the one country, two system policy. And
how do you think the one country, two system policy of China is helping the development of Macau, or this residential college in particular?
We have all the support from the central government and also the SAR government, Macau government. Okay. So in responding a letter call written by our rector to the president, President Xi Jinping again re-emphasized his continuous support to the University of Macau. And this makes us feel so grateful that and we have even more confident in educating our future generation to be more patriotic and competitive in global market.
Okay, that's lovely. So I think that's all for us, Jingjing, and we have just finished the residential college of Changyutong here, one of the largest one. Now what do we have for us? And take it over, Jingjing.
Hi there, welcome back. It's still me, Jingjing. Now I've moved to the Institute of Applied Physics and Material Engineering. As we all know, climate change changed our lives so much, and scientists are working on finding new energies and design new materials to make our life even better, but more environmentally friendly. So this is exactly what students here in this institute are doing. And standing right next to me is a student from this institute. She's going to tell us more about the products they are designing. So can you introduce yourself a little bit to our audience?
Okay, hi, my name is Wang Qiao. I'm the third-year PhD student in the Institute of Applied Physics Material Engineering. And I'm working on the nanoparticles modified the multifunctional hydrogels for 3 years.
Yeah, I've heard about this. I've heard about this super hydrogel that you guys designed, and I'm wondering what more about this super hydrogel. Can you tell us more about it?
Okay. This research is about the cement-released nanoparticles improve the high-performance hydrogels. We explored a very novel and very simple way to prepare a kind of nanoparticles with a very low cost. We named it CNS. By using the CNS to cross-link the traditional hydrogel networks, we developed 3 kinds of multifunctional hydrogels. So I will give a brief introduction.
Cool. So I saw there were so many products in front of me. Looks really interesting. Probably it's really hard for me or many audience who know nothing about applied physics and material engineering. So what does this do?
Yeah. Begin with this.
From here? Okay, cool.
Yes, this is a kind of hydrogel adsorbents. It can remove more than 15 present the metal ions in the wastewater, and it can absorb 3 times water, 3 times dyes than its own weight. So it has a potential application in the water treatment engineering in the future. Yes.
So I don't know whether you can see it from here. So
yeah.
This super hydrogel can absorb all the coloring matters in the water. Yes. So it will, so it will help for example, if some factories leaked all kind of toxic materials or waste in the river, this thing can help to absorb all the absorb all the toxic materials or coloring matters to make the water healthier.
Yes.
Right. So
this one is the conductive hydrogel. It can achieve the high conductivity and the high stretchability. So with the 10 times stretching, the elongation ratio, it can still maintain the high conductivity. As you see, it can replace a part of wires.
So now there's electricity, the lights are on. So it means this material has the electricity conductivity.
Yes, and this can apply into the flexible devices and some sensors. You see,
So this thing can stretch really long.
Yeah. This can stretch, and it can lighten the LED light,
Okay, the conductivity of this material.
Yes.
And now we have what?
This one,
This one?
This one is the super water swallowing hydrogel. The water swallowing ratio can reach 14,000 times. It means that if we put just a small piece, the small piece of the hydrogel.
This is really tiny piece of this.
Yes.
Can you take it out?
Okay.
To let our audience see this tiny material even clearer because it's really small.
Yeah, it's really tiny.
Oh, can I hold this?
Okay.
Okay. This is a really tiny piece of super hydrogel on this tweezer, and
put it into the water. Okay.
Okay, put it.
Yes. And after several hours, it can absorb 14,000 times water than its own weight.
So this jelly-ish thing that you're looking at right now is the tiny thing that you just saw on this tweezer. So this is just after a few hours, it already absorbed lots of water. But if you stay in the water for even longer time, it'll get even bigger.
I think it's the whole ability from this one.
But you can put a lot of them in the water.
Yeah, to do the water retaining technology.
So, okay, what does it do? Why we need this kind of function of this material where it can be applied?
We can apply it into the water retaining technology in the agriculture, and we also can do some efforts into the desert control. And we also do another experiment to compare the performance between this kind of material and the commercial one. And we put the same weight soil, same weight water, and the same weight absorbent into the beakers. This is our hydrogel, and this is a commercial one. So,
so first, what's the yellow thing?
The yellow thing is soil.
Soil.
Yeah.
So these are all soil.
Yes, the same weight soil. Yeah.
But this one has a super hydrogel inlet.
Yes.
This one doesn't.
Commercial absorbent into it, and the same weight. And you can see the performance is obvious. And this is only 0.012% hydrogel in it.
So tell me if I get this right. Because you put this super hydrogel in the soil. This one is in the soil. So it absorbs a lot of water, so it can hold the water in the soil. But this one doesn't have the super hydrogel. So you can see there are like two layers. The first layer is the water. The second layer is the soil. So if it's in the farmland, the water will vanish very soon under the sunlight. But this one can hold all the water in the soil. So I think that's good for the plants in the farmland, but also can help prevent the water and soil losses. Right?
Right.
So that's how this super hydrogel they design can be used in daily life. And are there any other functions of this other features of this product?
Oh yes, with the enhancement of the thin ice particles, a normal hydrogel have a super mechanical properties. So would you like to see the super mechanical properties?
Sure, definitely. Show me the way.
Okay, let's find the.
Shall we?
Yeah.
This way?
Yes.
Okay.
This way.
Okay.
Let's find my crewmate Lofan.
Okay.
Yeah.
And wow, your laboratory is really huge.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi,
Thank you.
Lofan.
Hi. Nice
Welcome
to
to
meet you.
our institute.
Okay, first, can you introduce yourself to our audience?
Yeah. Hello. My name is Lofan Li. I'm a PhD student in this institute. Now I have been here for 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
So, what can you show us with here in this room?
Yeah, I'm doing the strength test.
Strength test.
Yeah, for our CNS hydrogel. Do you want to have a look?
Sure, definitely.
Yeah,
I'm looking
come
forward
here.
to see this.
Yeah. This is our hydrogel sample,
Okay.
and you can have a look.
Oh, this is the sample. Oh, can I use hand? I should use the tweezer, right?
Oh, okay. It is safe.
Okay,
Yeah.
but I really want to use my fingers to show you because I'm gonna squeeze it. Oh, I'm sorry.
No problem. Yeah.
This is the super hydrogel that we just saw on the table, and this is tiny. You can squeeze it just like rubber or jelly that you saw in daily life. Okay, so what are you gonna do with this?
I will put them in these 2 clamps, and I will show you it can suffer more than 100 megapascals compression.
Wow, more than 100?
Yes. Wait a moment.
Okay.
Okay. I will initiate the test.
Now we are working on the machine.
You can look at this.
Okay, our cameraman will get a close-up of this hydrogel between these 2 things. And okay, now are we putting pressures on it?
Yes. The clamps will move slowly and press the hydrogel to be as thin as a paper. Yeah.
Okay, so oh yeah, this tube plate is
Yeah.
getting closer and closer.
It finished, yeah. After I open it, it will release just in 1 second. Recover.
So
yeah.
how much pressure you just put on that hydrogel?
I think it should be 190 megapascal just now.
Oh.
Yeah, more than the 100 megapascal.
Okay,
Yeah.
now it's released.
Yeah, and we can take it out and have a look. Yeah.
Okay,
They're still
so
very complete.
After that much pressure, it still looks the same that like the same before I put it between those 2 things. Yeah, clamps.
Yeah.
Still the same, so it didn't change the shape at all. Wow, it can take a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
So
This is as the way as we put a small sedan car. Its weight on it's such a small gel. It can suffer such a weight. Yeah. And we made this hydrogel have this high strength, so they can be applied in the artificial muscles or applied in the robot engineering to serve as their skin or the robot muscles.
So so one day, this material can be designed as part of the muscle or skin on humans.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It also can do this.
And you can put it on robots too,
Yes,
as well.
yes,
So
yes.
maybe one day we can see a real-life Terminator with the human skins using this material.
Maybe, yes.
This is really amazing. So we probably want to stand up right now. So okay, we will gradually stand up.
Okay. Stand up. Okay.
So how long have you been doing this research?
I have been doing this research for about 3 years
3
since
years.
I come to this institute. Yeah.
It's quite amazing. So thank you so much. It's amazing.
you.
This, I like to see this super hydrogel to
Okay.
being put in real life one day. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
So this is the Institute for Applied Physics and Material Engineering. So maybe one day we can use more greener energy and more environmental friendly materials to continue make our life even better. but much more environmental friendly. So this is this institute, and don't go away. My colleague Jianhua will continue to show you more departments of the University of Macau.
Yes, thank you very much, Jingjing. And I'm so impressed by the superwater absorbent hydrogel. And that is a tongue-twisting name, I'm afraid, but it is lovely and very impressive. And today, now I'm in another residential college, and of course my guide. And okay, thank you for joining us again. So, and in this residential college, what we have, just now it was one of the largest, and then, so it has a totally different slogan. And for this one, what do we have here?
So this one is called Chow Kung Pyo College, and then it is because we're trying our best to develop the moderate diversification of our economy in Macau, and as Macao SAR government is trying their best to encourage local enterprise and the entrepreneurship, especially for SMEs. And I'm going to show you how the entrepreneurship works in our university in this college.
Yeah, I know Macau is trying to boost the spirit of entrepreneurship in the city, and the city is very much reliant on its gaming sector. So the Macau SAR government is trying to boost the entrepreneurship here among the youth, and they are doing it from the University of Macau, right? Yes. So what do we have today then?
So we do have like our own our shops which is developed by our university student in this college, and this is our Professor Liu. This is our master of this college.
Okay, thank you very much, Professor Lau, for accepting the interview. How are you?
I'm fine. Nice to see you again.
Would you like to say hi to the audiences?
Hello.
Here.
Yes.
Okay, so what we have here in this residential college, which is famous for its entrepreneurship.
Right. As a salient feature of this college is we encourage a student entrepreneur. We provided some starting funds for our students to start up their own business. They would buy their initial equipments and start operating the business. And now instead of going to competition and awards, they will actually here operate the business and serve our own students.
And apparently this is the coffee shop, and then this is the founder of the coffee shop.
Jason
right?
is the founder.
Hello, how are you? How are you, Jason? How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Okay, so how about your business? How do you feel now? And you are already starting your own business, even though you're in college still.
I think it's kind of exciting. You know, you can, many people, I think many students or many people have the dream to run a coffee shop, but I think I can achieve this during my college time. Is kind of exciting, yes.
Mm-hmm. And then, so how does it work actually? Do you have a lot of customers, all of your fellow students?
Well, in our college, we have around 500 students, and maybe half of them are some other student from other college, also the customer of us.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And that's lovely. I love the design of this place. And then you have that graffiti on the wall, very unique. And what is it about? That's the culture of your coffee shop.
Yes, kind of, because our Master Lau used to work in the NASA, and we built this masterpiece from our guardians. It's related to the space. Yes. And you can see the astronaut drinking coffee on a planet with some, fancy pictures, kind of like that. I think this all the students love this masterpiece, and some people will take photos here and outside the wall.
That's lovely. I can see an octopus, something like germs, and then a spaceman sitting on top drinking coffee, or infinite. What do we call it? What is the, I'm sorry, like the name of this coffee shop?
The name of this coffee shop is Infinite Coffee.
Okay, that's why you have Infinite Coffee over there on top. Okay, that's lovely. Thank you very much. Enjoy your day. Thank you. Okay. Hi, how are you? And sir, we have some customers here. How are you?
Hello. We're okay.
You're okay?
Yes.
Okay. Would you like to say hi to the audiences around the world?
Hey guys.
Hi. Hi. Hi guys.
Hello.
A little bit shy. So do you have any? You don't have. You're doing your homework here.
Actually, we just finished our exams, both of us. So we're just relaxing right now and just staying here.
Okay.
It's a good space.
That's lovely. Do you come here very often?
Yeah, we used to come here once a week for there's this program called English hour. We're supposed to speak English and drink coffee and talk. It's pretty nice. So we're frequent customers here.
Frequent customers here. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Have a nice day. Lovely. Have a nice day. Okay, so Professor Lau, this is one of the places that students usually frequent.
Right.
And then, so we also have something else, right, when it comes to student entrepreneurship.
Right. Actually, this is one of the student brands. We actually have 4 student brands: Infinite Coffee, Foodie Corner, and Pie Studio. And we're going to see the other one. By the way, this is our graffiti wall on the same theme as the Infinite brand. Okay. Raynon, our security guard, is actually the designer of this.
This is the graffiti wall, and you have yeah, it's only because your backgrounds, you used to work at NASA, so.
Right. So this is a space expedition theme that goes together with the coffee shop.
Yeah, I've realized this residential college is very different from Changyu Tong, like the one I visited just now. That one was purple, and this one is more spaceship oriented. Okay, and we have come to this place. It's very much like a diner, and it's called Foodie Corner.
It was started by 4 girls from our college.
Okay.
We were going to see 2 of them tonight.
2 of them tonight. Okay. So, hi, how are you? How are you? Nice to see you. I love your shirts. University of Macau. Yeah. So, would you like to say hi?
Hi, I'm Zoe.
Hi.
Hello, hi.
Okay, so what do we have here? This is like a diner, and it's called Foodie Corner.
Yeah, we provide some food for students, our college, and even though the college outside, and the student always like to buy some food, just like the French fries like that, and some soap and noodles like that, and they always like to buy it from Foodie Corner. It's very convenient.
Okay, lovely. How about you? And what are you planning to do? Are you planning to extend this business when you graduate in real life?
Well, may not. The main purpose we open this shop is to provide a platform to students who are interested in cooking to express themselves. And what's more, the majors of us 4 girls are highly related to business, and we desire to get some practical experience about business through operating these shops. Therefore, I prefer to continue my study a master degree. Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna working on your master's degree after this, right? Do you cook yourself or?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
And
so you cook for the students.
Yeah, we just provide a space to students who are interested in cooking, and we also have 13 helpers. They are very interested in cooking, and they join us. We just went from 4 person and to a group. It's like 16 people, so it's quite interesting. Yes.
Okay, lovely. And then you two really remind me of the American TV drama, Two Broke Girls. Here, look at you standing here in this diner. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so a diner and just now a coffee shop, and now we're moving on to the next place, Professor Lau.
Yes, it's called Pie Studio. It's a photography studio started by our students as well. They just recently completed their first contract with one of the faculty, taking the official photos for their website. So they've been practicing photography for like 2 or 3 years.
And they are doing it now?
Yeah, they are doing it now. Take a look.
Okay, let's take a look.
With
This is
our
the studio.
college models. This is the
Okay,
studio, right?
and we have models here.
Yeah.
They're posing. Oh, lovely. It is really good. They're really professional here, taking some photos. Hi, how are you?
Hi,
how are you?
I'm fine.
You're fine. Okay, so how does it work here? Tell me something about your studio, and you are one of the founders.
Yeah, I'm one of the manager, and these are some of our team member, and there are models, of course. And our studio is supported by our college at the beginning of the year, and we start this business. At the beginning of the at the beginning of this studio, we are just a workshop for college students to learn the photography skills. And after 1 year's learning, or of 2 years, and our teacher, Mr. Hengqin, said that we already have the skills to open the business, so that he asked us whether we want to try it. And now we try, and we kind of success. We have some profit after these 1 year's running.
Okay.
And yeah.
Okay, that is lovely, and it would definitely give you some hands-on experience when it comes to photography, right? After you graduate from university. So can I ask what your major is?
Yeah, my major is finance. Yeah, we have different majors for all the most of the team members. Most of them are not in the major of photography or communication. We are from different areas such as finance and communications, and some of them from physics or yeah.
Okay. That is lovely. Okay, so in the meantime, I have got some comments from the CGTN social platforms, social media platforms on YouTube. It is Yin Tan, and then he or she said, I've been accepted by the University of Macau. So you're going to have some, the junior students coming over pretty soon. And then it is Kelly 1. It's really a nice place for students to relax. That is lovely, because this is the residential college system here in the University of Macau is very special.
Yeah.
And then this is definitely the place where students can chill.
Yeah.
So then what do you do actually in your spare time? I mean, besides your pie studio in this residential college, and what is the slogan of this residential college?
Our college provide a lot of different workshop or activities for our students to experience different to get a different kind of experience. They will provide different workshops. For example, one month before, they provide some model posing workshop, or sometimes they will have some lectures about some physics or chemistry, or from a lot of different area for students to get different knowledge that different from their major.
Okay, that's lovely. Thank you very much. Thank you. Enjoy the day. Thank you very much. Okay, so we are at the residential college, one of the residential colleges here in Macau. So Professor Lau, this is so lovely here. And then you have been working here for quite a while, right?
Yeah, actually I came back to Macau about 2.5 years ago. When I was young, there was actually not such a sizable university in Macau. But after the University of Macau was constructed, and also especially moving to the new campus and the establishment of the residential colleges, it really took off.
And this is the new campus, right? And also this place actually was leased by the Hengqin area to Macau. And also because Macau is about to celebrate the 20th anniversary of its return to China. And do you have something new that at this residential college to celebrate that event?
Well, I think our student entrepreneurship and also the voluntary teaching group, who is also will be taking off to Guizhou during the holidays, during Christmas, to do voluntary teaching. So they've been going there for, this is the first time they're going back to Guizhou. So these students are actually providing their own service, using their action to celebrate the return to China.
So that is one of the activities you would do during the festival about the 20th anniversary?
That's one of them, yes.
Okay,
right.
That's lovely. And then do we have any special festivals here going on about it at University of Macau?
I think tomorrow night there will be a performance, a special performance for the anniversary in the student center, which I will be attending.
So at the Student Center, we have something very special about it. Okay, thank you very much, and thank you so much for staying with us all the time. And now, that's all for me, and my colleague Jingjing is at another location, so Jingjing takes over.
Hi there, welcome back. Thanks for continuing watching CGTN's campus crawl at the University of Macau. I'm still Jingjing, just in another outfit. You're probably wondering why I changed my suit to this sportwear, because later I'm gonna try to climb this rock behind me. Can you believe, like, in the University of Macau, there's a professional wall for the rock climbers. This belongs to the athletes here in this university. So later I'm gonna try to climb this wall, but I'm a beginner, so I need some professional training. So I'm gonna invite a professional athlete from this university. So hi! Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So first, can you introduce yourself a little bit to our audience?
All right, I'm Hengqin from the University of Macau, and now I'm a year 4 student studying in English education. My faculty is Faculty of Education. And I've been studying this sport since I was in year 1, and now I'm year 4, so I'm having playing this game around 4 years.
So you studied English education.
Yep.
But how did you become a professional athlete for rock climbing?
Well, actually, I didn't play any sports before I came to university, but one of my course is academic English, and I took that course and I met my friend who also climbed, and then she took me here and we tried together, and then so that we do the sports together.
So I'm seeing there are some professional athletes are climbing this wall. It's pretty challenging because this part of the wall is really difficult to climb.
Yeah. And actually, we have 2 teams in our university. The first one is the university sport team, the university rock climbing team. So we have totally 18 students in this team, 9 girls and 9 boys.
Professional.
So, yes, professional. We have 2 coaches, and we have regular training every week, twice a week. And the other team is our club. It's for all students in university. So for this year, I'm the chairman of the rock climbing cup. So basically, we just do some activity for the student who basically they're beginners. So we do some activity to introduce this kind of sports to everyone in our school. Some of them are even staff in our university, professors, or the family members of the professors.
So I'm a beginner for this sport. I've never tried it before. So can you tell me what's the most challenging part? What should I remember if I want to give it an attempt to climb this challenging wall?
Actually, playing this sport, the first and most important thing is safety.
Safety.
So of course you have to wear the harness, and we have the professional equipment for you when you're climbing, so that it can protect you, right? And the other thing to protect your safety is like you have to do some warm-up exercise before you climb. But I know when you ran here, you're doing your warm-up exercise, right? And the other one is when you're climbing, you have to focus and don't bring any unnecessary accessory to the wall, because you might get hurt because of the earrings or something like your watch, glasses or your watch.
Anything that can be sharp, that can hurt you.
Yes, you shouldn't bring them on the wall. And for the, I want to add something on the rock climbing, the warm-up exercise. You have to warm up your finger more and also your arms. Because basically for
it's too late, I think.
Yes, because for beginners, they usually rely on their arms rather than their lap or their fist.
So I should use more strength from my legs.
You should, but usually when you climb, you won't. So you have to warm up your arms and also your fingers more so that it won't get hurt. Yes.
Okay. Okay. There's so much to remember, but I think I'm gonna give it a try. So
yeah, of course. So before we start, I want to tell you something that you have to be careful before you climb. So the first thing is when you're climbing, there is a rope locked on your body.
Yeah, this kind of rope, right?
Yes. Later you will have the artificial belayer, but not the auto belayer.
Okay.
So later when you're climbing, when you start your climbing, you have to say climbing to your belayer. And when you receive an okay from your belayer, then you can start.
Okay, so I'm gonna call him like my bodyguard, the one gonna save my life.
Your life is controlled on his hands. Okay, so when you hear okay, you can start. But if you didn't hear any like okay or you can climb, just stay there because he may not ready.
Okay.
Yes, so later you listen.
If he's not ready, I may fall.
Yes, and you may get hurt.
I'm not gonna do that.
And later, he will put a rope on your body, on your harness, and remember to remain the rope between your 2 hands.
the rope should be between my hands. Okay.
Because if the rope is not between your two hands, when you fall down, you might swing.
Okay.
Yeah. So
sure.
You should.
Sure. Are you gonna climb with me as well?
I
okay.
got a friend. She
okay. Okay. Cool.
With you. And one more thing is, two more things, sorry. One more thing is when you see this kind of boat, don't touch it or don't
There's a
step
metal
yes.
on it, just don't touch it.
Boat is some kind of metal, so just don't touch it or step on
cool.
it. Because it is used for us for the other kind of climbing. So it protects our life. So if you damage it, our life will be damaged.
Oh, I don't want to do that. Okay.
So, and remember when you are falling down, try to face the wall but not against the wall because you might hurt because you don't have any
those
eyes
bombs,
behind you.
those rocks probably hurt my back.
You have to look at the wall, face the wall, and try to use your feet or your hands to a little bit push you out of the wall.
Okay.
Yes. So if you are ready, you can just try your climbing.
Cool.
And we also have our member. She's our
Hi. You are another athlete gonna climb with me, right?
She's captain.
Captain.
Yeah.
Wow. So you guys are professional. If I do it terribly later, I'm really gonna lose my face. Just Chinese saying.
It's not a very easy.
Okay. So how can I buckle up to that rope?
Oh, he will help you.
Okay.
Also professional.
Here? Buckle up.
When we are climbing as a professional, we usually have our shoes, like what shoe is wearing.
Yeah,
now.
those are professional shoes. Well, I just have this normal sneakers.
So normally these shoes will be smaller than your original shoes, so that our feet can in this shape so that we can step on the hold firmly. Okay, and also we have another equipment, we call it chalk bag. So that when we're climbing, usually we get sweats, right? And our hands
are sweaty, slippery.
Yes, so we have to get some powder so that it will dry our hands.
Get it.
You can try. So
okay.
You can try smoothie powder.
Okay. But I don't have the professional climbing shoes.
Yeah.
So if I failed, I can blame that on the shoes. I don't have professional slippers.
Yes. So I will be on the floor to teach you how to climb, or I will give you some
sure.
or advice.
Where should I start?
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Yeah. Really? This
Just remember to stay higher and catch higher.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I'm scared.
No, it's you can do it.
Okay.
Now lift. Come on. Very good. Step 30.
Where should I go next?
Trust your feet.
Huh?
You have to trust your feet.
I don't trust my feet. I don't trust myself at all.
You can do it. Can you see the hold here? You can just...
Yeah, I see it, but how can I get there? That is the question.
Your left foot, just step higher for your left. And then now you can grab this one. Yes.
Okay.
Just remember to step higher so that you can get a higher hold.
Step higher. Yes. Maybe this one.
Yeah. Very good. See, you climb higher and higher.
Now I'm in an awkward position that it probably doesn't look good on camera, but she's already there.
Yeah, can you see that one?
Where?
This one. This one.
Oh,
yes.
Okay. I see it.
Hold it. Yeah. Or you step higher for your left foot. Yeah. Very good. You're doing well. Good job.
Wow.
Very good. Step on the green hold. And very good.
Wow. Wow, okay. I'm actually doing this. Okay.
This one and this one.
This one?
Yeah.
And how can I go? Oh, you're already getting down? I'm just awkwardly standing. Well, which camera should I look at? Okay, maybe this one. I'm the Spider woman, actually. Well, you are right, because I'm using a lot of strength on my arms, so they are already sore. I think I'm gonna give up.
You want to continue or you want to go
I think I'm gonna, I think I'm gonna get down.
Okay, you just tell your villager you want to get down.
I want to get down. Can you take me down? Save my life.
Release your hands and your feet. Just
Release my hand?
Yes.
Let go. I can't let go. Okay, let go.
Yes.
Like this?
Alright.
Wow. Look.
How was it?
Interesting.
Is it hard?
It's hard because as a beginner, I use a lot of force on my arms. I wanted to use my legs, but I couldn't. I don't know how.
Because usually when beginners they're climbing, they usually don't trust their feet. Because you know some holds they're really tiny, and when you're stepping on it, it's kind of you step on nothing. Right?
Yeah.
So you can't believe you can step on this tiny hole and you can balance. So usually we say lock our arms and our upper body so that we won't fall. But you know, if you're always doing like this, you will get tired easily.
Yeah. So you pointed some rocks that I can hold, but I saw them, but I just don't know. I don't have the enough strength to reach that stone. So that's really challenging. So I'm also wondering, have you joined any competitions with students from other universities?
Yes, of course. Like we are the sport team of University of Macau, so we usually join different kind of competition. For example, we joined some competition in Guangdong, or in actually in every year we have a competition which gather all the university in mainland China, different university sport rock climbing team, and then we will do a competition. And I've joined this kind of competition twice, and I met many different rock climbers from all over the China.
Really?
Because many universities, they also have their rock climbing team. But if I only stay in UMac, I couldn't know them, right?
Well, that's because you mentioned all the universities from the mainland. Because in just 2 days, this is the official 20th anniversary of Macau's handover back to China. So I'm wondering, like, after Macau returned, in this past 20 years, did it help you to communicate with more students from university in the mainland?
Of course. I think the most convenient thing is that we have our ID card in Macau, and also we have a return card to the mainland China. For that card, it is very easy for us to go to mainland China because we don't need any visa. So definitely it improves our opportunities and our chances to go into mainland China.
And you can meet more talents from different universities, because I know there's some university they are super good at rock climbing.
Of course, because it is an international sport, so nowadays it become more and more popular. So if we can have more chances to get to know with other people, other climbers, we can improve ourselves as well. We can know how they train or how they manage themselves, because besides rock climbing, besides just climbing, I mean, we have to do other sports to enhance our power or our strength, right? So if we know more about this from others, we can improve ourselves as well.
Okay, wow, that's amazing. I really love this attempt. I will consider learning rock climbing later. So thank you so much for coaching me, and thank you so much for saving my life. Thank you. So this is the rock climbing athletes, rock climbing club at this University of Macau, and I learned so much about science, about diverse campus life, diverse cultures in the University of Macau. What about you? How do you feel the University of Macau? So leave your comments and questions on CGTN's social networks, either on CGTN's YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Weibo. It's all okay. If you're lucky enough, you might be chosen and get a special gift from CGTN. And tell us which university you want to go next for our campus crawl. See you next time. Bye.